Hello, welcome to Heart Matters with Pastor Adebisi Joy Ateli. Heart Matters is a relationship and marriage podcast where healing take place, where we build strong marriages. Today, we are talking on the silent killers in marriage. The silent killers in marriage. There are a lot of things that kills marriage. I am Pastor Adebisi Joy Ateli. I'm delighted that you have joined me today for this very episode. So what is today's topic? It is the silent killers of marriage. The things that kills marriage, the things that make marriage no more productive. When people think about marriages that fail, they often think about major issues like infidelity, abuse, addiction, or financial crisis. So everyone is thinking, oh, marriages break when there's infidelity, abuse, addiction, financial crisis. These are major issues. So while these issues can destroy marriages, many marriages are not destroyed by one event. These are things that what destroys marriages builds up gradually. So instead of a marriage, becoming better, it starts dying slowly. It starts dying quietly. You understand? So how do marriages destroy? They die through attitudes. They die through habits, behaviors that this behavior seems to be harmless at first, but they gradually weaken the foundation of the relationship. So today we are going to discuss some of the silent killers of marriage and how to overcome them before they destroy something precious. Marriage is the union of two wonderful people that God has brought together. The Bible says that it is not good for a man to be alone. And, working together, results in more productivity than working alone. So what is the number one silent killer of marriage? It is poor communication. When we talk about communication, communication is, talking to one another. And communication is the lifeblood of every marriage. So when communication is healthy, couples can solve problems, they can share their dreams, they can express feelings and maintain emotional connection. But when communication starts breaking down, everything else begins to suffer. So many couples talk every day but do not truly communicate. So communication is not about talking. Communication is about discussing, discussing and resolving, understanding. So what do many couples talk about daily? They talk about what should they eat, the bills, the children, work. And they do not discuss about themselves. They talk about responsibility. They are so engrossed with the things that came with marriage, because when you marry, a lot of things are going to show up. So a lot of things are going to show up, and they will start. You'll be forced to focus on those things, and you see that couples are no longer talking about their feelings. They're no longer talking about their dreams, their concerns. Remember, before you got married, what were you discussing? You were discussing about your dreams. You told your spouse your dreams. Then you used to tell your spouse about your concerns, your personal struggles. You were so free. You could tell your spouse anything. So marriage should not bring emotional distance. It should bring closeness. So in most marriages, people wake up and realize they are living together, but they are no longer feeling connected. So this is why communication is very, very important. And for you to communicate, you must do it intentionally. You must communicate with your spouse intentionally. So how do you communicate with your spouse intentionally? You learn to listen to your spouse when they are speaking. Pay attention to what they are saying. Don't listen to attack them. Listen to know how they feel. You understand? Show genuine interest in the thoughts of your spouse, and their feelings. So it's important you never don't ever stop talking. Don't stop listening to your spouse. Have you seen couples who are living together, but all they do is to say, is my food ready? Is my food ready? Are you not going to prepare the children for school? They are just things that they drop those words. They just drop those. So these people are no longer, they are in the marriage, but they are no longer married. So what is the number 2 silent killer of marriage is unforgiveness. No marriage can survive without forgiveness. Your spouse will always make mistake. There will always be times where things will not be understood. You get what I'm saying? So you will make mistake, your spouse will make mistake, but you must come to a place of understanding as a mature person. There will be disappointments, there will be painful moments, and this arises because you both are coming from different background. What they have learned over the years is different from what you know. So couples should learn to embrace the changes that come with coming together. So the question is not whether offenses will occur. In every marriage, there will be offenses, but how you respond when they do is what matters. So many people carry the old wounds for years. They forgive with their mouths, but not with their hearts. A lot of things must have happened. Things happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago. That's why you see marriages that have lasted for 20 years, you see them getting a divorce because there was no true forgiveness. Now listen, don't allow every new disagreement to become an opportunity to bring old mistakes. This creates bitterness, and bitterness destroys intimacy. Bitterness destroys trust. Bitterness destroys peace. Marriage is the union of two people who are ready to forgive one another. A healthy marriage requires regular forgiveness. A healthy marriage requires regular forgiveness. Choose healing, over resentment. Instead of you resenting your spouse, choose healing. I want you to know that the devil wants you to revenge over your spouse, and your spouse is not your enemy. Your enemy is the devil, who does not want you and your spouse to be one. Because when you are one, you have a strong, in fact, you have a strong place. You are powerful together. You are powerful together.